Good morning, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Try Bonsai. It's your boy, Banner, and today, as I would have addressed in one of my recent YouTube shorts, this Juniper ain't looking good at all. This Juniper ain't looking good at all, and as I would have said on many an occasion, this is the bane in my side. This is my kryptonite. This is not my least favorite tree. However, or least favorite species. However, it is the toughest species for me to deal with, and I have not given up on dealing with this particular species. What is happening is that, as you can see, and I'll give you a closer look in a short, it is not looking very good at all. It is not looking very healthy. The green is not greening. The green is almost graying, and it could possibly be that the soil it is in has run its course and it is drowning. So what I'm going to do this morning, and based on the reporting schedule of the Americas and the other northern countries, now is probably not a good time to repot. And based on our climate and situation, we, as I said before, we only have 2 seasons here, wet and dry. So what I'm going to attempt to do is to remove it from this pot. I do not have a much or bigger pot to put it in, and I don't want to put it into a plastic container or anything of the sort. Or do I not have something? Hold on 1 minute, guys. I just might have a grow bag. Hold on. I have a grow bag, but the grow bag is a bit much, and the depth of it is a lot. But in looking at that, what I noticed that I had is this 12-inch pot that I am going to cut in half to reduce that enormous amount of volume. It's a good pot. Sorry to waste most of it, but how to do. So I'm going to cut this in half and see what could be done. After this, my friends, I do not know if this tree will survive. I am hoping that it will. But if it does not survive, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world, but it's going to be a very sad day, because I would have done a lot of work on it, and it was going good, and now it's not. So let me give you a closer look at it, and then let's get to work quick fast. So this, my friends, is a close-up view at it, and as I close in on the foliage, you're seeing a lot of dead bits, but for the live bits, it's not as green and as healthy as it can be. You know, the last time I worked on this, I would have done some extensive wire removing some branches to create space and to foster a better taper, and it was going really very good, really very good. But now, and we still have some green tips coming out, which to me is a good sign. But for the most part, this is not looking so good. So I did say that it would not stay by me, it will go by another friend. But let me do this first, and let's see how that goes. And if needs be, and if it's perking up and still is not getting the sunlight, because I'm assuming that it is not getting the amount of sunlight that it needs to dry the soil out as it should be. So with that assumption, let me get this into a different type of soil, a more free draining kind of a soil. Yeah. So I just moved the tree off to the side, and I'm going to cut this in half now. So okay, so it was not the best cut in the entire world, and as you can see, it is pretty jagged a kind of way, but that's okay. It is going to serve its purpose. So let me proceed with getting a drainage screen inside here and filling this up with some soil. So the soil that I'm going to use is a mixture of straight sharp sand and 1/8 gravel bits. And what I'm going to do, I cannot remove the soil from the root ball. What I will do is give it a light scraping on the side. I'm not even going to snip any roots. I'm just going to give it a light scrape to the bottom and to the side and get it into this fresh batch of soil, because this particular species does not take well, or does not take too well to its roots being interfered with. We do not have a dormant period for it. So whereas what I've noticed is that a lot of the root work, and I may be wrong, I'm here to be corrected, but what I've noticed is that during the dormant period, that is when these junipers and whatnot are repotted and the roots are addressed, or any root work is addressed, so that when it kicks in, it starts growing. But I've not seen, and again I say now, I have not seen where folks remove all the soil from a juniper's root ball and do that type of work during the summer and spring period and that kind of thing. So I'm just gonna give it a light scraping and let's hope for the best. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna get it out of this this container, and let's take a look at what is happening with neighbor dogging. Dog is dogging. We're gonna take a look at what is happening. Kinda take a look at what is happening with the root system. But I suspect that the soil is retaining too much water, too much moisture. This is no good. This is no good at all. Oof. So you saw that. That is not good at all. Water has been pooling to the bottom of this, and this is struggling. So let me do that scraping that I promised, and let's get this into something a little bit better. So I went looking for one thing and I found something else. So basically I went looking for drainage screen. Well, not looking. I had drainage screen, so I went to the drainage screen, and then I realized, but hold on, what is this in the corner here? I have charcoal bits and some red lava rock. So, to create more drainage, and I'm going to tilt up this is the soil mix that I have here. And I'm going to put some more sharp sand and wanted gravel into that. And to the base of the pot, let me show you that quickly as I move the camera. So there's charcoal and red lava rock to the base of the pot. So we're going to put some soil on top of that, place the tree, and put more soil around it. So this is what I'm working with. Some people might say it's some form of desperation, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to save this tree, and I don't know, I'm making it up as I go along with the material that I have and what makes sense. Charcoal will help with drainage and bacterial stuff. The lava rock, porous, it will help with drainage. And the sharp sand, inorganic, is a inorganic mix that I'm working with today. No organic material at all. And let's see, because as you would have seen before, this soil was holding a lot of water. Now, there are some stones, this is not 1/8, this is a little bigger, that was mixed into the previous soil mix. But it is not draining as much as it can. And my friends, to be very honest, I don't know that I want to take away more than I have already done. I think I already put the plant under a bit of stress, more stress than it already under, but hopefully this is the kind of, hey, oh, okay, kind of a type situation that will happen. And it will smile and it will say, yay, I am getting a new lease on life. So with that, I'm going to continue mixing, and then when we come back, we're going to pot this up. Yeah? So I've put down the first base layer of soil. Let me just show you. I put this here. So now I'm going to place the tree, and fill around, remove any possible air pockets. Let's hope for the best. What I'm also going to do is to sprinkle a bit of slow release fertilizer into the soil mix. So that will help boost, and let's hope this thing survives. I really do. I really want this to survive. So I'm going with it. So this is the completed job, my friends. As soon as I started talking, the dog went back. But wait, my friends, I hope that this survives. And let me bring you in closer for a better view. But don't laugh too much at my jagged pot, eh? Don't laugh too much. But this is the soil mix that I'm going with. This is what I've done. I'm going to mound up the soil here just a tad. And I believe that this mix is going to be a freer draining mix. It'll hold the moisture that it needs to hold, but it will release all of the excess. And let us hope for the best. So let me try to give you a 360 view. As I said before, the condition is not the grandest at all, but there is a better life, and I hope that with the better life that it has, it will recover. I don't know if I should be snipping stuff or what. I really and truly, my friends, I do not have the slightest clue on how to treat with this material, but I am trying. I am not giving up. I am not giving up. And I hope that my efforts will be rewarded with healthy growth. Anyways, that is it for today. Thank you so very, very much for joining me here on Try Bonsai. I say it sometimes, I don't say it sometimes. Like, subscribe, share. If somebody else will benefit from what I'm doing, share it away. And as I usually say, be good to yourself. Be good to others. Treat people how you want to be treated. And remember that our climate is our responsibility. We have an opportunity to change it for the better. If not for ourselves, let's do it for the future generations. All I say. All right, my friends. See you all soon. Take care. Bye.